What's going on, everybody? Joseph Hadid here for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your local community. Good morning, sports family. Thank you for tuning in to Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. And this is your host, Joseph Hadid. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to our podcast. It is Friday, TGIF indeed, March 15, 2024. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over what transpired in sports. We have the latest for you that transpired this past week. We're going to start off with some NBA news. Ladies and gentlemen, Sacramento Kings survived late LeBron James' surge to beat the Los Angeles Lakers. The Sacramento Kings this past week survived a late LeBron James surge to secure a 120-107 win over the Los Angeles Lakers. James, who scored 9 of his 18 points in the final quarter, was unable, ladies and gentlemen, to prevent the Kings moving 3 games ahead. Yes, he was unable to prevent the Kings moving 3 games ahead of the Lakers in the Western Conference playoff race. The Mantha starred for the Kings with 17 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 assists for a league-high 23rd triple-double of the season, while Harrison Barnes top scored for his side with 23 points. Elsewhere, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Porter Jr. scored 25 points as the reigning NBA champion, the Denver Nuggets, beat the Miami Heat 100-88. Nikola Jokic contributed that posted 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists for the Nuggets, who have won 4 straight games out of the 10 of their last 11. In Texas, Luka Doncic scored 21 points and Kyrie Irving 23 as the Dallas Mavericks beat the Golden State Warriors 109-99. And that was without Stephen Curry. So the missing pieces again were Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. Midway through the fourth quarter, the Mavericks, Doncic went off injured with tightness in his hamstring, ending his 7-game triple-double streak. Elsewhere, the Orlando Magic continued their push for a playoff berth with a 114-106 victory over the Brooklyn Nets. Paolo Banchero top scored for the Magic with 21 points on a night when 7 of their players finished in double figures. That is your latest NBA news roundup that transpired in sports. Of course, in basketball this past week. Alright, NFL Network, ladies and gentlemen, to televise Arena Football League overtime, possibly OT 7 games. A slew of live football games are coming to NFL Network starting next month, but they won't feature any NFL teams. The dominant sports league cable channel and streaming service, the NFL Network and NFL Plus, have secured rights to the Arena Football League games and games from overtime's OT7. NFL Network and NFL Network and NFL Plus will televise and stream over 30 AFL games this season, beginning April 27, following coverage of the NFL Draft. Coverage of OT7 will begin April 6 and 7 at 4 p.m. Eastern, continuing through May 5th. We are excited, in quotes, to partner with AFL and OT7 to bring more live football to NFL Network, said David Jurnica, Senior Vice President of NFL Media. In a statement, the energy surrounding live football games is unmatched, and we're thrilled to provide our fans such great action from these 2 leagues throughout the spring. More NFL news to follow. Lions head coach Dan Campbell, general manager Brad Holmes agreed to a contract extension through 2027 season. Excuse me. Detroit's rapid turnaround has earned its most senior members some additional job security. General Manager Brad Holmes and Coach Dan Campbell both agreed to a contract extension that will keep them with the Lions through the 2027 season, as I mentioned. The team announced on Thursday Special Assistant Chris Spielman, one of the most decorated Lions in franchise history, also received an extension in his advisory role with the team. In quotes, we are thrilled to have Brad and Dan under contract for the next 4 seasons. Lions owner Sheila Hamp said in a statement released by the team, in quotes, they have been the driving force behind the rebuild of our football team and the success that we have enjoyed. The continuity they provide for our football program will continue to be the key to our future success on the field. Landeskog could return for the Avalanche in the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Gabriel Landeskog could return to the Colorado Avalanche at some point during the Stanley Cup Playoffs, Coach Jared Bondendor said on Sunday. Again, it's in quotes, it's the playoff time frame. Bondendor said the 31-year-old forward had cartilage transplant surgery in his right knee on May 10, 2023, and was ruled out for the regular season. There had been speculation on whether he'd be ready to return at the start of the playoffs, but Bondendor reiterated that Landeskog won't return to the lineup until he's fully recovered. In quotes, he's not going to come back too early. It's just not going to happen, Bondendor said. He has a timeline that says you are not coming back before this date. It doesn't matter how good you feel, and we're sticking to that. In quotes, it's his career, so we're not going to play with that regardless of where we're at in a playoff series.
I don't wanna cry.
So that's number one. He will not come back before that date, and then he's got to get himself to the point, hopefully, that he can come back, and we don't have clarified on that. So that's pretty much what the most focal point of view on this article. Yeah. All right. Mantha is traded to the Golden Knights by Capitals for 2 draft picks. Let's get right to this article. Anthony Mantha was traded to the Vegas Golden Knights by the Washington Capitals on Tuesday for a 2nd-round pick in the 2024 NHL draft and a 4th-round pick in the 2026 NHL draft. The 29-year-old forward has 34 points, 20 goals, 14 assists in 56 games this season. He is in the final season of a 4-year contract he signed with the Detroit Red Wings on November 3rd, 2020. And he can become an unrestricted free agent after this season. Washington also will retain 50% of Mantha's salary, selected by Detroit in the 1st round at number 20 of the 2013 NHL draft. Mantha has 286 points, 139 goals, 147 assists in 476 regular season games with the Red Wings and Capitals, and 6 assists with 11 Stanley Cup playoff games. Vegas 33, 22, and 7, which has lost 8 of its past 10 games, 2-7-1, is 3rd in the Pacific Division, 1 point ahead of the Los Angeles Kings, who have 2 games in hand. Major League Baseball news to follow, ladies and gentlemen. The San Diego Padres, that is. They land Cease in a blockbuster trade, that is, with the White Sox. The Padres finished spring training Yes, the Padres finished spring training and left for Korea on Wednesday, but not before pulling off a major late spring blockbuster. San Diego, ladies and gentlemen, acquired ace right-hander Dylan Cease from the White Sox, and the Padres announced Wednesday night, moments before their plane was slanted to depart for next week's season opening Seoul series. In return, they went 3 of their top 10 prospects. In return, they sent 3 of their top 10 prospects and their righty reliever Steven Wilson to Chicago. Here's the trade in full details. Padres, again, they received right-handed pitcher Dylan Cease. White Sox, they received right-handed pitcher Drew Thorpe, MLB's pipeline's number 85 prospect, and San Diego's number 5 outfielder Samuel Zavala, and San Diego's number 7 right-handed pitcher Jairo, and San Diego's number 8 right-handed pitcher Steven Wilson. It's hard to give up the names that we gave up, said Padres general manager AJ Preller. We think very highly of Drew Thorpe, Iriarte, Zavala, and Wilson, but a guy like Dylan Cease was the right pitcher at the right time for this team. That's all for this week, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on next week's recorded podcast. Till then, hit the like button, subscribe, share it out, and comment. And let everybody know what Worldwide Sport Updates is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. This is just Hadid, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of each other, sports family. Have yourself a great weekend.